right, viewers and listeners, welcome to a special Friday edition of the Why Do Boys Make podcast, the companion podcast of the Why Do Boys Play Games Fantasy Football League. It's first week of playoffs. We had to hit you guys with the back-to-back episodes, 1 week between for the first time this season since draft day. But it's not something I could do by myself. It would be quite impossible. So, with me today, I got the saltiest of sea dogs with me here, Mr. Kyle Pitts himself. I think he might need to fix his camera a little because I want to see what's going on back there. It's Michael Corbett. Corby, how's it going, buddy?
Listen, there's a reason that we're here this week. There's one man, and we're gonna get into it. But I feel, I feel like I was delivered dividends that I have been banking on for almost 2 years now. Kyle, if you see this someday, I love you. It's great to be back.
Yeah, like I said, it's a Friday night. So the Thursday night game was played, and Kyle Pitts scored many points, and we will get into that. And here also with me is another former owner of Kyle Pitts here. We've got Sean Fitzgerald, another playoff warrior, as the three of us are making our way. How are you feeling about it, Fitzy?
Colin, I don't know how you're feeling based on the beatdown you got last night, brother, but I feel like Corby and I both feel like we have the hottest teams in the league right now. Corby, because he's projected for an incredible amount after a nuclear explosion in the first half of last night's game. And me, because I am currently sporting the largest winning streak. I'm in the playoffs just by the hair of my nose in. And it's like, on the one hand, is my team mid and maybe not deserving to be in the playoffs? Sure. But on the other hand, it's hot and anything could happen. It's survive and advance time. Let's see how survived and advanced we go. I lost
it. Hopefully that's not a foreshadowing of how your team starts out. It was hot. No, you deserve to make it. You were in control of your own destiny and you seized it. And we'll get into it when we go into week 14. All right, so let's check out here as we open the mailbag. Of course, the first thing we do. All right, so we read from the bottom top. Oh my goodness,
Corby, you got.
Corby, why don't you take it with this knock? Yeah, go ahead,
dude. All I want to say is, Mike, get absolutely fucked, bro. First, I didn't have notifications on. I think I just so happened. Fitzy, the way that you phrased last week's message to the league chat about week 14 is in the books, you literally got me. You got me. And I clicked that link so fast, and I rushed to type first. And
yeah, I do want to clear this one up for Mike, because Mike might be thinking like, oh yeah, of course he's got it first because he has access to. I posted last week's episode. I gave no forewarning. This was a fair fight, and Corby just won it. That's all that this is.
It definitely is.
Now Mike did, obviously he was there quick before he saw that you said it. Your response first. And I mean, I'm still logged into Why Do Boys Make Podcasts when I see this happen. I didn't have time to switch over. But I did have time to Google how you spell George Frazier's last name, because I would have typed it with an S if I hadn't Googled it. So tell you what, down goes Frazier is not spelled like the TV show. And then we get the third co-host coming in with the fourth comment out of 11. So it was a relatively light week, but it was only 1 week instead of 2. Colin, yeah, we hit the 2-hour mark. How you feeling about it?
Not only did we hit the 2-hour mark, and like you said, it's only been a week. It's been 6 days. And it has the most views we've had since episode 2. So this was a hot, spicy episode. I think it had a great thumbnail. I think is really what's the saving grace or whatever. It's the coup d'etat, whatever the word I would use here. I don't know but it was just a cherry on top, I guess I should say.
I had 2 versions of that thumbnail. The first one looked good, and I looked at it, and I was like, no, I want it to look like shit, actually. So, put it in the UV bake oven real quick.
Yeah, it looks great to me. As for the actual comment that I made, it was 2 hours and 17 seconds. So we really clutched it out there, guys. Good job.
How long was your outro, Colin?
probably was 3 minutes.
It was a long
it did some
outro. It was
lifting.
a long
It did some
outro.
lifting.
You did a copy paste outro. I love it.
But I didn't know that like we were that close to. I didn't have your guys' parts, so I didn't know how close we were. Yeah, it was a copy paste. Absolutely. I did some audio editing with us. Here we go. We got Adam is in the house. So Adam says, super moon. I went to pick up some pizza that night and I saw the moon. Boy, was it super. I was honestly, I don't know if you guys went and saw. I think maybe we talked about it. I was a little disappointed, although I think I was a little late to it. It has a peak time. I think maybe I was a little after. I mean, it was still beautiful. It was bright and beautiful. So, you guys see any super moon? I don't remember.
I tell you, it was the night after we recorded. I thought that there was like a car parked in the street because there was that much light flooding into my house. I had to go look. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Thank goodness Colin told me about the supermoon.
That's right. Don't be afraid, everybody. It's the supermoon. Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're not in trouble from the robbers, but you might be in trouble from the PC police because Adam comes in and says Corby's German accent sounds like a poo.
I'm so sorry.
It's so funny too because, like, as you were saying it, I was just thinking about the South Park episode title, "The Problem with a Poo." Right?
Oh God, yeah.
I was thinking the same thing, Adam. Precisely.
Oh no.
Corby's gonna have to go back to the Quickie Mart in Deutschland. And
yeah, I did.
Yes.
I did not mean for me to sound like a poo. I apologize to all of those involved and all of those who had to listen to it. That's horrible.
The guy who plays Apu, Hank Azaria or whatever, you guys know him? Did we talk about this? He was at the Big E this year.
He was at the Big E?
Okay, he was at the Big E, and he heads a Bruce Springsteen cover band. And me and Kim watched it, and it was awesome.
Did he sound like Bruce Springsteen?
Yes, he's a voice
great.
actor, so like he was awesome. So it was just funny because I didn't even know it was him. I just heard the music. I was like, oh, that's Bruce Springsteen. Let's go check it out. And we sit and watch. I'm like, oh, this guy's really good. And then as we're leaving, I saw the sign. It said like Hank Azaria and I think it was just like the E Street Band or whatever. Like it doesn't even have a name. And I was like, is that the same guy? And it's just funny because to me, he's he's a pretty famous guy. And Big E is like a half filled, like it's the stage, the stage. Yeah. I don't know how to describe, but it's like half filled. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like he's above that.
If I had known that was there, I would have made the trip. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was awesome to see that. I think he played 2 nights there, and it was so cool. All right. So shout out to Hank Azaria, and he's sorry about Apu, so we'll forgive him for that. You gotta have some grace, All right. Here's what Adam says. He didn't like our chastising him about continuing to start Lamar. He says during the Week 13 game, I swapped Jacoby Brissett in over Lamar for Week 14. Lamar is banned. He's saying during the game, he said he sat Lamar for the next week. So he was being proactive here.
And we'll see how that turned out for him.
Yeah. We you know what? I'll leave it at that. We will. I won't talk about it now. I will save it.
Here's another one from Adam. He's really upset about Lamar. In all caps, he says Lamar is benched for at least 2 weeks. Oh.
One of those weeks is a bye week, so
I was gonna say, yeah,
right. It's the principle, though.
If Adam really means that, he's going to bench him in Week 16. Do it, coward. He's probably gonna bench him. He might start him for Patrick Mahomes, though.
You want to take this one, Fitzy?
Fitzy, why the F would I start Gadsden?
Gadsden.
If you had started Aronde Gadsden, you would have gotten 1.7 points from him, which granted was lower than everyone else in your team. But what did you have to lose? Not a whole lot of pointage, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I think. Oh, we'll get into it. And here's Mr. Mike Bakanowitz himself here. He's coming back. He's recovering from not being first. He says, "Cousin Chris, I did believe in you, but I guess my belief was misplaced." Yeah, we'll get into it. It was an epic finish to this season, as all like 3 of us, and Chris was in there trying to squeeze into that last few playoff spots. Is that all of them?
Right on. And so, Corby, because you're doing the slides here, I didn't make slides for Week 14. We can just do the same thing we would do, for our playoff previews. If you don't mind hopping over to Yahoo.
Yep. Give me just one moment. Let's start with this one.
Right. Good one to start with. This is Corby v. Colin, and round 1 goes to Corby. Corby, if you don't remember this, everyone on the show, Colin, Fitzy, Coin, even Mike, picked Colin. Only you stood against them, and you locked yourself in. So a heck of a choice here. Yeah, I don't know if either of you want to kind of lead things off here. I've got a lot to point out here. But
Yeah, all I'll
Your
say is
future
like
pick.
honestly, like my team played good. It was just quarterbacks really. Like if you put 40, I mean not 40, but you know, my team played okay. I wasn't gonna beat Fitzy Corby either way. He had a really great week. You know, I just can't beat Kyle Pitts. We'll get into it, but I just don't think, even though he didn't lead the way here, I think his juju is just really, it's just throwing me off. But I mean, I was happy with my team's performance outside of the quarterbacks. So hopefully, you know, I'm thanks a lot, Fitzy, for changing teams. But you know, it is what it is. Whatever. I have Herbert and Tyler Shook, who had his signature game on my bench.
Dude.
So I wasn't gonna win either way, but at least the rest of my team did okay. It was just quarterbacks were absolutely deplorable.
Yeah, Corby survived the shuckening for sure.
Yeah, I think this really does boil down to getting like 1 points from both of your QB positions. There is definitely a world in which Tyrod Taylor can score over 15 points against the Miami defense. You know, it just didn't happen your way, and we let Brady cook, and I reaped the benefits, fortunately. And I had a very solid week off the back of Christian Watson, who is a guy that I never like resonated. I feel like for the past like 3 or 4 years, he's just like a guy that everyone maybe hypes up every year. And this is the first time. I mean, I picked him up. It's just a guy that I would never roster normally, but he's been very excellent for me. And I would like to give a eulogy to Romeo Dobbs. Romeo, you were very serviceable in the mid part of the season. You will be on the bench. I will not be dropping you, and I hope to bring you a ring. I appreciate all of your hard work.
Yeah, I mean, that was the one I wanted to point out. I don't know this fact, and I just looked at all the matchups today. I actually updated my statistics Excel sheet, so I've got all of last year in there now. So our database is up to date again. I don't know if I saw a lower number that was not 0 than Romeo Dobbs with 0.18 off of only 7 return yards. That's impressive.
Taylor had a lower that was not 0.
Well, okay, you know what I mean. Greater than 0, less than 1 type score.
All right, next up we got a technically meaningless game, but you know it meant something to these managers, especially Tyler here, as he comes into, you know, he already locked in the bye for the most part, right? I believe, yeah, he locked in his bye, so you know he's just trying to maintain or build the momentum, because I think he lost last week in a tough and he didn't do very well. He's trying to get that momentum back going for playoffs, and boy did he, as poor Chris, who just can't catch a break, loses, you know, in a bit of a nail biter to a very high scoring affair. You know, we all know Tyler's team is very good, and he once again demonstrates it. So good job, Tyler. You guys have anything to say about it?
Of course I have things to say about this. Are you kidding me, Colin? This was like the easiest lock of the week for Tyler in the whole world. Corby's highlighting it. Tony Pollard looks like he like had the ghost of Barry Sanders within him on this Sunday. It was unbelievable to watch. He had those 2 rush TDs. They were both long ones, I think. I know one of them was like a crazy one that he just ripped off. The Tennessee Titans put up 31 points on the Cleveland defense, of all the defenses too. Like, you know what? The fact that he did this, he went off. He had the cojones to start Tennessee's defense again. He puts up, I'm assuming, his high score on the year and still loses by 6. That's what's going to happen when you trust Tony Pollard. When he leads the way and he can't quite get you to, he would have to get 35. I'm still going to say it was his fault. Obviously, it was Nick Chubb scoring 3 rushing yards, which hurts. Tyler showing some destiny here. That's all I'm going to leave it on. Is, you know, Tyler didn't need this one, but this resets the vibes. If he had lost here and dropped 2 out of 3, this would have been concerning. But putting Chris back and down into 12th, keeping him in 1st.
Yeah, this is what we should be talking about here.
I would like to apologize to Michael Wilson.
Yeah,
this is look at this run: 37, 6.6. Who cares?
Targets,
33. It's unbelievable. 16 targets.
16, 15, 18. What the fuck is that?
Dude, it's insane.
What league was it? I think it might have been Discord where he got dropped. Like, and I put it in Fab to pick him up on a Thursday.
For this week?
A couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was exactly. Michael Wilson got dropped by Adam, and I picked him up I spent $80 to pick him up. Worth it.
80?
Listen, it's Discord League.
Yeah,
I mean, clearly it's justified.
That's definitely justified. I would agree.
Good job, Tyler.
Yeah, good job, Tyler. Shouts out to T. Higgins for playing with a concussion. That was weird. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, so I wrote this in the show notes, right? So I'm glad you're going from this episode, from that last one to this one. On the last one, I said this one was a nail biter, and this one I called a toenail biter. It was close, but man, it wasn't tasty. It was rough on both sides. Brandy, you hate to see Mason Rudolph go under that projection. It's tough, but really, I mean. For Taylor to I don't know, has Brian Thompson Jr. been bad enough that you're gonna start these bums? I mean, I don't know, Taylor. You go under 100. This is the bronze matchup. I said that if Brandy didn't win this one, I was done betting on them, and I guess I'm done betting on them. But I'm still not gonna bet on Taylor. I checked out his Yahoo points today. It just that free fall never ended. Both of these teams are gonna have to do really well next year for a chance at silver. It doesn't make any sense. Good on you, Taylor. Whatever.
Yeah, I guess. Shouts out. This is probably the last time we'll hopefully ever talk about Travis Kelce, and hopefully last time we ever talk about DJ Moore. This guy is so fucking frustrating.
Oh my God.
He makes me so angry. Just God, horrible.
You know what doesn't make me angry? You know what this team's always been about? This team's always been about scoring around 100 to 110 points and then trusting that the quarterbacks will score 20 apiece. And boy, howdy, did they not score 20 apiece. Daniel Jones somehow scored more than Jalen Hurts. I don't know if you watched this game, the Philadelphia game. I think this was Monday night last week. Pathetic. The 4 interceptions in the fumble lost, if you watched it, one of those interceptions and the fumble lost were famously on the same play. Just terrible vibes in Philly right now. He's not running as much. He's just not as good. But you know what? A win's a win, baby. And I think that this could be the start of something beautiful for him. So Jameson Williams is due for probably a 0 coming up soon, but he helped me get this dub.
This is just an epic battle of quarterbacks.
Right?
This is legendary. I will.
What the fuck is this? One of the weirdest games I've ever seen in my life. In a game,
the defense winning by 19 points.
Yeah, just in a game that Fitzy, I can't. You absolutely needed to win this to make the playoffs. Yeah. And you did it. Yeah. So shout out to the guys who actually showed up for you. It's too bad for Chris. Too bad you didn't start Blake Corum.
I'm trying to understand that he had an empty wide receiver slot.
How does that happen? Because he set his lineup if he took someone out, but he didn't put someone in.
Chris,
I smell collusion. Fitzy, what's going on here?
I don't know. Scroll down because he had a running back score, right?
He didn't have
running backs and tight ends.
Oh, he had no running backs, or he had no receivers in his flex. So he just
I'll say this for him. Maybe he was thinking if he could somehow pull off the victory, he's got to save Kayshon Boutte for the playoffs. He can't be dropping that guy. Parker Washington can't drop Parker Washington. Probably could.
Was he declared out? Because he could have just dropped Torrey Horton. I mean, why is it doesn't matter. His season is over, and Fitzy gets the win in a game that was probably a little too close for comfort. It doesn't matter. It's you're past it, and all is well.
Now, this was an absolutely awful week. Just look at all these low scores we've been going through. I mean, between me, Fitzy, Chris Cloud, Adam here, Brandy, and Taylor. Just so many hovering at like 110 and below. Just
We're showing up to make sure this is not the best. We had a really great streak of people scoring over hundreds.
right.
And we are doing our best to make sure that we are falling in the middle of the pack here. And Adam, thank you for your service. Oh my goodness.
So this is actually, I know it doesn't, I mean, it's not big for any reason because again, Adam had already like locked in the bye. But with this win, with Tyler scoring like 100 points more than he moved ahead of Adam in points scored. He's at like 5 points ahead now. So Tyler really has taken that like, mantle of the league. He's on top. He's in first place now. They're both, oh no, he's 13-1. He was already at first. I just mean in points for though. So, again, Tyler goes in, he's like the favorite, right? With all the momentum. And Adam, he's slumping. So we'll see how it goes, any given Sunday, Monday, Thursday. But shout out to Mike for, he's still trying his best out there. So good work, Mike.
Mike shot his shot and he was right. And he was confident in his boys and his boys showed up.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a moral victory. And if I was in Mike's position, I would be feeling great too.
Right. He locked himself in. So what a baller.
And Adam sat Lamar, and Lamar scored 21 points. And Patrick Mahomes, he was messaged in the chat, right? I'm not hallucinating this.
He was very unhappy.
He was very mad at Patrick Mahomes. Do you guys remember his team names last year? Adam's team names toward the end of the year?
Is that like Winner the Blade?
Well, that was like actually kind of early on. So like
Okay.
I like I said, I went through and updated my stats, right? So did everyone's team names from last year. I'm going to read Adam's off sequentially because I think it shows that this is just the same cycle that we're seeing from Adam. He started with I got 8 felonies, of course. Famously, Colin didn't know Fitzgerald Bellamy, which is fair. It's fine. Joker lips Manning fireworks. I don't know. But then week 5. He switches to kill yourself, pussy. With a picture of Patrick Mahomes. Switches off to Jackson off with Mahomes twice, followed by my favorite team name last year. I Googled Jack off face. This is when Colin, week 9, he hits a win or the blade. I always believed in you, Hawk Tua, so he's feeling good for 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks later, it's the suicide hotline. Lose yourself, love yourself, never give up. He's like talking about killing himself or telling others to kill themselves because Patrick Mahomes is doing poorly every year. It's a cycle from Adam. You need to break the cycle, Adam. Stop picking Chiefs.
He just can't quit. Speaking of not quitting here, this was just such a consequential matchup. Yeah.
Huge matchup.
Because Chris had a great lead in points for over a lot of us. I know, certainly me. Let me look it up. Let me just load it up here real quick because I just had it.
I think he was 4th in the league. Maybe.
Yeah. He's one of. Yeah, he's 4th. He was just above Corby. Yeah, one of 5 owners above the 2K mark. After this game, so he was a win in your end game, and the fact is he got unlucky. He played against Eric, who scored 160 in a week where so many managers did so bad. He would have beat probably like eight or 9 of the teams. He would have beat Mike. It would have been me and all these guys. He would have beat a lot of these people who won. So just bad luck. It's too bad. As he deserved to get in it. His points for is decently high. I think he's 3rd in the league. So he's 4th. So never mind. Okay, he's middle of the pack. But either way, yeah, I think he's like 5th, and he was 5th in points scored. So perfectly balanced as all things should be. But he had a good team, just some bad breaks. It is what it is. And Eric, again, goes in with the momentum. So watch out, Fitzy.
What's absolutely heartbreaking about this is that I know that Chris was feeling good after Thursday because he had Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
Thankfully for Eric, Puka Nacua took that personally, and he did Puka Nacua things. He's incredible. Yeah, like you said, bad breaks for Chris, and there was definitely a path to victory. But I mean, who was going to start Rashid Shaheed? He's been miserable since he was traded. So sucks for one, good for another.
I've got two quick notes on Eric's team. So of course, Chris, very sad. But on Eric's side, I would have beat Eric by 2 points if he had sat everyone except for his quarterbacks and wide receivers, because those top 4 positions are just so solid. 109 he gets from those 4 spots this week. And then my second note for Eric is, Corby, I take back what I said. Look at Bashal Tuvin's pointage. It took return yards and a fumble lost and a rush to end so close to 0. 0.03 is what you project a quarterback for who is like a third stringer, right? Like 0.03. Shout out Bashal.
Yeah, so I like Corby said, after Thursday when Jahmyr Gibbs put up 37, right? That was Thursday.
Yep.
Were you like shaking in your boots a bit, Fitzy? Were you watching this like, oh no?
I mean, I was legitimately thinking, like, if I was looking at what was happening to my team on Sunday, like when Daniel Jones went down, I think that was 1 o'clock game. I thought, well, it just comes down to Chris now. If Eric beats Chris, I'm in. Otherwise, I'm out. Thought I'd get more from Jalen Hurts.
And you're in.
And I'm in.
And we're done. Those are
That's
the
right.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
Yep. So I looked at last week's show notes. Colin, we didn't have a note for you. So you went either 4-2 or 3-3, depending on if you picked Eric. Everyone else, just showing it out here. Corby, 2-4. Colin, 2-4. Mike, the underdog, Baconowitz, 2-4. I went 5-1 in picks last week. Because I picked everyone who I wanted to win so that I would have the best chance at playoffs. And here I am in the playoffs, baby. 5-1. We're on to Transaction Watch. It's Colin's segment. Colin, take it away.
So this is one that I was personally, and I'm sure you guys as well, anxiously awaiting. I wanted to see who was going to win the Philip Rivers sweepstakes, as the this 44-year-old grandfather who hasn't played football in 5 years decided to give it one more shot. This is like a movie plot. I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be one of those, just like American Underdog, one of those ones that's produced by Christian, because what are those? I forget what the studio's called, but it's that one that always does this stuff. Lighthouse or Watch House or something, one of those. I forget what it's called. But it's that studio. So we'll see it soon. But, I am just so excited. Obviously everyone wants him to do wicked good. It's reminding me of that year where Jay Cutler came back to play for the Dolphins. And like everyone's like, yes, let's go, Jay. It didn't work out very well. I feel like, this is probably going to be even worse. But, it'll be really interesting. What do you think, Fitzy?
Well, I know he's not going to do well. That's not the point of this.
Good.
Right? Like, I actually was kind of hoping that Riley Leonard would still have the start. He showed some wheels, I thought. I want to see him running. He had a rushing touchdown. I have Kenny Pickett as like a backup, but it feels like the most coward pick in the world to put Kenny Pickett in over the ultimate vibes player. When I can start my totem in a time of need and have it be Philip Rivers, the last player in the NFL who was in NFL 2K5, and I can just start him in the year 2025 in the fantasy playoffs. It would be a disservice to the fantasy gods for me to keep him on my bench. He's there for now. I'm keeping him in stasis until it's time to activate. So you're not going to see him when we talk about our week 15 projections. But just know, on Sunday, when the points start counting up, Philip Rivers is going to get me 10.6 points, guaranteed.
I am in such disbelief that this is happening.
It's so
Right?
weird.
It's so weird. It's just like I remember I was texting Adam and Cash about this, and I was like, okay, they're gonna have him for a visit, but there's just simply no way that they're gonna sign him. There's just
And
no
start
way.
him.
That's the thing. That's the other, like,
Incredible.
I was so convinced even like 3-4 days ago, like Riley Leonard is going to start if he's healthy, right? Like he's been on the team. He was the backup last week. Like clearly they have nope, Philip Rivers, go for it. Awesome.
Right.
Unbelievable.
And my favorite kind of wrinkle to this is just how like one of the the only way this is possible is for fucking Anthony Richardson to like break his orbital bone doing his stupid exercise or whatever. So it's perfect that you get Philip Rivers, Anthony Richardson's biggest champion. Or I don't know how you want to describe your relationship with Anthony Richardson, but you deserve, you didn't get. And I think, did you draft him this year in this league? Right?
So like in this league, I forget. Let's say for argument's sake that I have, right? If I have, then I will have owned 4 different Colts quarterbacks throughout the course of the year. And I'll probably have started, I guess only 2 of them. If Anthony Richardson were available, like obviously I would have still had him.
Oh,
Too bad.
I'm almost like I almost want to see that more. I mean, the only good part of this is the story. I feel like the football is going to be terrible, but I'd love to see Anthony
Yes.
Richardson play out there.
Who are they facing? Obviously, they're facing Seattle this week, and then I know they're facing Houston. Eventually,
tell
okay,
you.
that's the last week of the
So
season. So it's Seattle,
then San
Francisco,
Fran,
Jacksonville.
and Jacksonville. Yeah. So not a bad championship run schedule.
I just want to see him mic'd up. Really, I just need to see like the mic'd up Phillip Rivers highlights after the game where he's saying "Dadgummit," like his kicker.
Yeah. I'm curious to see because I've said didn't see, but I'm curious to see if we have any Phillip Rivers comments of the week in there because it was a bit of a hoot in there. I don't know if you popped in, but
that one was good. And before they loaded him in, everyone was in the Ronnie Rivers.
Oh, that's so funny.
Everyone was in the Ronnie Rivers chat, like, "Wow, Phillip, you got a good tan during your break from football." Like, okay,
that's so funny. Yeah, Yahoo was pretty late to the party adding Phillip Rivers.
So late.
Yeah.
So late. Yeah, I had Dano Jones in a couple leagues where I'm in the playoffs in because, I had enough of a hunch to draft him a little bit. And if you draft Daniel Jones in a super flex, you're doing okay. In the other league, they just are not as QB crazy. This league is special. You got to pick up guys like Kenny Pickett as like insurance in case something crazy happens and the other guy starts for Indy.
So you also picked up Leonard? Is that right?
I put more money on Leonard.
Right.
Yeah, I put more money on Leonard.
Okay, so you have both.
Again, this was like while it was just like Phillip Rivers is going to visit the Colts. Like, okay, he's going to visit. Yeah, sure. That's when I typed in the money for that. I'm surprised I was the only one to put any money on Phillip Rivers, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I think I think some people are just out of money. I don't know about Adam, but
I don't know about Eric. Right?
Did Eric need one? I don't even know.
Eric needs me to not have one.
Oh, that's a good idea. You should have played spoiler like that, huh? Well, it is what maybe he'll have a Tyrod Taylor week. Who knows?
There we go.
Maybe he was playing smart. Maybe he wants to pick up the defense or something.
But hey, you mentioned Adam being out of money. I haven't actually checked to see if he is, but he spent the most money that Adam has probably ever spent on a defense. I want to skip down to that one because that's very noteworthy to me. Adam outbidding Tyler, where Tyler also put $5 on the Houston defense. I mean, dang, they're a good defense. Who are they even facing this week?
The Texans are playing the Arizona Cardinals.
They're about to get Michael Wilson.
Yeah,
all right.
They're going to get Trey McBrided.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see what we got. The name change breakdown. Corby, why don't you take the wheel here as you usually do?
We didn't talk about Chuba.
Okay, I don't know why. Did something happen to the Rico, or what is there to talk about Chuba? I don't even know.
I just needed another player that wasn't a fucking dead body on my bench, and he had 20 points the last time he played. So I mean,
way to outbid Adam. So that's good. We love to see it.
Yeah, I spent my last $5 on Chuba Hubbard and Flournoy in hopes that CeeDee Lamb would not play.
Guy, yeah.
Sorry, cool. Florida didn't make the screenshot because I was going quick and nobody else did.
Who cares? Welcome to the name change breakdown. Also, sorry for no transition music. Whatever. We're at the exosphere now. Fitzy has left. He's still in orbit, obviously, but he has ascended above everyone else in the league, and is one of us in terms of making the playoffs. It's a good name. It's a good bit. We continue to ascend. I'm excited to see what happens. Because if Fitzy wins, we're going even further. If Fitzy loses,
the last layer of the atmosphere,
right? If Fitzy loses, it may be catastrophic, and there may be lives lost. So, I mean, I guess I hope you win. That'd be fun. You're my co-host, So I'm in. I'm in on the bit still. It's like a 7. I love it. It's good.
Back to the pit.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys have ever played Darkest Dungeon. Or I'm surprised by you guys. I mean the proverbial everyone that I'm speaking to right now. I know that Colin has played Darkest Dungeon, but I've been dying to make this my team name pretty much all year, hoping, praying for some sort of miracle from Kyle, and my prayers were answered, and I'm feeling confident. And you can't see that the status, the stress meter went all the way up for the character. It does say confident, and I'm feeling great, and I like the team name. It's like a 5. It's low effort from a photo standpoint, but I just respect Kyle Pitts. He's the GOAT.
Corby, I forget if I asked you. Darkest Dungeon 2 is on the wish list. Should I play Darkest Dungeon 1 as well, or first?
I think that Darkest Dungeon 2 is better than Darkest Dungeon 1, and I think that's a very contentious feeling. Because I think that's because people resonate well with the first one, but I just think that the combat is way better. I think that the graphics are way better. They have a whole like separate there's like 2 different game modes. It's I love Darkest Dungeon 2. It's absolutely incredible. They're both really
both. Is it worth doing number 1 first, or just?
Sure. I sure. Why not? They're both excellent. You can't go wrong with either one. I think it's cool to see the transition from 1 to 2 because like you can tell. So 1 is everything is like 2D animation, 2D like sprites and stuff like that. Whereas 2 is like 3D and like full size sprites, really cool. The game is extremely punishing. I just want to say that like you're just not going to have fun playing it, but like that's the fun of playing it. It's like an experience. It's one of the most difficult games I've ever played for sure.
I had to give up. The RNG was just too frustrating for me. I can't do this.
It is so frustrating. It's like if you don't have the heart to do it, then don't do it. But like
I actually just bought it because when you started to say yes, it's worth it, I realized that it was on sale 85% off. So listeners, it's less than $3 right now.
That's the absolute perfect price to dive into Darkest Dungeon. It's so excellent.
It's installing right now. I'm going to play it between the time where we hang up and where the video becomes editable.
That is not enough time. But
hey, everybody, it's me, your editor this week.
All right, Yahoo comments of the week. I only have one. This one made me fucking cry. I did reply to this and I forgot to include it in the screenshot. Caleb says, "Yo, what's good, everyone? I made some homemade chicken parm and pizza. I also freshly baked cheese bread. Dig in, you all. There's enough for everyone."
Oh yeah, Caleb. Who's this on?
I don't know. I don't remember. But I will say that I replied and I said, "Yo, this is gas. Thanks for all the hard work," or something like that. Like, who would thumbs down this comment? This is so just ridiculous. It's awesome. I love this comment.
Is that Donald?
It's like Kingdom. I believe it's Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, okay. So that's Donald Duck. Okay.
So it is Donald Duck. Yeah. So shouts out to Caleb. This was our great comment. I also have a shit post this week. I sent this.
Man, I didn't see this segment was in here. I gotta get. Okay, yeah. Next time I'll have more shit posts for you, but I want to see Corby's.
It's one that you guys saw earlier today, but I'll play it for everyone.
There it is. Holy moly!
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
Dear God, it's beautiful.
It really was like it was like the peak. I was at the peak of the mountain last night. I just felt so sanctified. It's just so. Oh no, Bets of the Week.
It's not Bets of the Week time. First, I've got a special segment for us.
Great.
This is what I'm going to call a replacement segment, because every year we look forward to Colin's special segment, Peaky Finders, and I thought we needed something like that, but I couldn't just steal from the man. So instead of doing Peaky Finders, not Peaky Finders, but we're going to do Streaky Finders. So I wanted to look into, as somebody who, my main character syndrome trait is being on a big winning streak. And I wanted to look at, how does a winning streak actually impact your chances of winning when you make it into the playoffs? So I've got a 3-pack of charts for us here. Chart number 1 is your winning streak when entering the playoffs. So what we're looking at here is, you're on a 4-game losing streak, but you entered the playoffs anyways. That has happened a couple of times, actually, twice in our league's history. The most common streak to be on when you enter the playoffs, by far, is a 1-game winning streak. So it's almost a normal distribution, but we got this like weird little blip over here. We've got some good teams who've been on really long streaks, right? And 2 extreme outliers. So my notes here, we've got these 2 that stand out as 10+ game winning streaks. Eric was on an 11-game winning streak when he went in to the playoffs. One year where he came in, I think, 4th. And Corby, you'll remember this one. 2014, your undefeated season.
Josh Gordon.
That was an 18-game winning streak you entered the playoffs with, because you actually, the prior year, you started the year 2-7 and ended at 7-7. So in the regular season, in terms of like actual meaningful games, yeah, you went 2-7 to 7-7, ran the table for an 18-game winning streak, and then lost as soon as you could. I'm sure you remember this one well.
Yep.
So yeah, basically a normal distribution. Not too surprising to see not too many losers, but surprising to see like, yeah, you can lose 4 and still make it. That's chart number 1. Chart number 2. Okay, so those are the streaks that happen. What streaks correlate the best with your average finish? So your average finish, you want to finish number 1. You don't want to finish 5 or 6. If you enter the playoffs with a 2 or more game losing streak, you are likely to continue losing. Meanwhile, if you've been too hot, 7+, you're actually more likely to get bounced. You really want to be in this kind of sweet spot here of, call it 4 to 6 wins. And then my third and final chart, how do champs close the season? So forget about this average finish crap, right? I want to know year by year, 2013 through today, what have the champions actually done? So, going back to 2013, it was a 1-game winning streak, a 1-game losing streak, 1-game winning streak. We had a bit of a nice run here with 3, 6, 2-game winning streaks. The thing that stands out here is the last 4 years in a row, it's only been 1 win that the champ has entered the year with, or entered the postseason with. So, one more time, 3 charts. We have a somewhat normal distribution of winning streaks entering the playoffs. You want to be winning, in the range of 4 to 6, ideally. But as long as you're somewhere on this chart, you got a good chance. So, didn't want to just let you with that. What's my takeaway here for streaky finders? Here are my picks for who you should be betting on this year. I think that the champion will be one of these 3 teams in green. Basically because Adam, a 1-game losing streak, does not bode well. We have not seen that since 2019. Adam famously is a 3-time champion, has never won it after losing the final week of the season. Tyler, I'll mention this one. I marked him off as red before. I actually didn't realize that my chart had a little hitch here. I'd put him at yellow. It's been done once before. I think that Tyler could do it. Eric, Corby, you're both on a 1-game winning streak. You would be continuing this flat line, killing our variation, if you would. Unfortunately, Colin, I'm sorry to say, nobody with a 2+ game winning streak has ever finished the league as our champion. And as you see here, are habitually bounced in the first round. We will get into it, but I think I'm going to be locking that one in this week. And then myself on a 5-game winning streak. Well, we've never had exactly a 5-game winning streak enter the playoffs. Weirdly, there's a little hole here. Factor in the 4 and the 6. You average in the championship. I wouldn't bet against it. So that's my streaky finders. Not nearly as fun as peaky finders, because that's where you talk about each an individual team. But I'm picking one of these 3. That's what I got for you.
I honestly thought you were just going to name this segment Peaky Blinders. I thought that was really funny. This is really cool. I didn't realize that I went on an 18-game winning streak in this league. I throw out the consolation bracket. If it's not a meaningful matchup,
it's nothing to me. You went on an 18-game winning streak and then promptly lost in the playoffs.
Yep. I had a bye and I lost to Chris Cloud off the back of Jimmy Graham. I will never forget that.
All right, so it's just about time for our Week 15 preview. But wait a minute. What's that?
Oh, okay. This is what I thought.
No.
Yes, I wouldn't let us get away without talking about the biggest loser 2025. Ooh, first we're going to flash back to last year. Because last year, I want you to look at the starting screen here. These are the 6 teams that were in the losers bracket last year. Eric, Colin, myself, Tyler, Adam, Taylor. 5 of these teams are in the playoffs this year.
That's crazy.
Isn't it, right? It's like that must be incredible turnover. You think like the good teams are good every year, the bad teams are bad every year. I'm here to tell you that's not the case. The year before, we had 4 teams flop from out of the playoffs to in it. The year before that, 4. 4 the year before that. Then it was 3, 4, 3, 3. Like, we usually, I'm surprised to see this in the stats, usually have incredibly high turnover. The fewest we've ever had was 2 flipping from out to in. And that only happened once. We are usually flipping people in and out. I thought that was
Has there ever been a 6?
No, this is the most we've ever had flipping. So yeah, I thought this was like the year of parity. What is not shown here is, the longest streak in the playoffs, naturally, Corby, the one not on the chart here, our tribal chief, has made it 2 years in a row. Our longest streak out of the playoffs is Taylor, who hasn't been in the playoffs since he lost to me in the championship, our first year of the podcast. So it's a 4-year streak now for Taylor. That's not the streak I'd be worried about if I was Taylor. I think it's now 12, 13 years in bronze. Let's get out of that jail cell. I actually don't think we recapped this because, I had we had a baby, right? Last year's biggest loser was Adam. Congratulations, Adam, on taking home the championship as the biggest loser 2024. But now it's time for the current year. It's 2025. Taylor is in his same spot as, believe it or not, adjusted ranking, the worst team in the league. He's 7-7. So is Chris Cloud. They're both getting a first round bye because they have the lowest points for in the league.
That's so funny.
These are the teams you cannot trust the most. After that, we've got, Chris P. narrowly avoided that. He's our 10 seed this year. Without looking at it, I think it is it's Brandy or Mike. Brandy or Mike are the next 2 here, and then Chris deserves to be in the playoffs, but is instead here in the biggest loser bracket. So we're starting bets of the week early this week. We're looking at it right now. Who are you all taking for your losers bracket, biggest loser of the year?
Okay,
so fair game.
Remind me, the person has to lose their matchup, right?
You have to lose to advance. So whoever, and I'll go back a screen here. You can see what happens when Tyler and Adam faced off. Tyler scored 78 more points, so Adam moved on.
Right, and then you're right. Yeah. So they don't actually play each other.
Yep.
Right.
So are they all fair game?
I mean, I kind of want to say yes, they're all fair game because none of us are going to pick Chris. Colby, I don't think.
No.
And I wouldn't pick Mike. So I don't want to just limit these two. So yeah, anyone's fair game, and I'll let you guys go first.
So I think Chris Cloud's the obvious choice just because he didn't set his lineup in a week where if he won, he would have made playoffs. So I mean, it's hard not to just pick him because we can pretty much assume he's not going to set his lineup.
Let me ask Corby, would you be picking him as well, or would you pick somebody else?
Fuck.
And he also has the bye. So like it's the double huge advantage. But
yeah, so I could if I'm gonna pick, I would definitely pick somebody else. If Colin wants dibs on Chris Cloud, I have no problem with that.
Because I would be picking somebody else. Yeah. So Colin, you can go Chris Cloud.
Awesome.
Yep, that's fine. I have no problem with that. I mean, I would pick Brandy.
Okay.
Easily. Like, again, Mason Rudolph still in the starting lineup. I don't think Brandy doesn't. Brandy obviously does not care anymore. Brandy's on vacation right now, so she's who gives a shit. Like, I definitely will pick Brandy as the biggest loser this year.
And yeah, this one's just so easy to me. It's the guy who hasn't changed his name, and like Marcus Valdez-Scantling. Is he even in the league? Like, is Taylor with a bullet? Taylor is going to go even lower than his current rating of 555.
Is he going to pull a Jake Beeman? Are we going to see a sub 500 soon?
I actually agree with Corby that I think it's going to be Brandy versus Taylor for the championship here. So this is easy bet for me. I'm going with the guy who still has Mike Evans' restaurant as his picture and a Scantling flag. His team name is Taylor. Come on. All right. Well, thanks for always putting up. And you know what? I'm going to say supporting and enjoying everyone's favorite segment the biggest loser.
The most confusing segment that we have, for sure.
Do. That's the Family Guy theme. Here we go. We're going into week 15, aka week 1 playoffs. So first we're going to look at this matchup as, again, a Friday night recording means that the Thursday night game, Buccaneers and Falcons, have already happened. As Darnell Mooney, in a Drake London-less game, has a bit of a disappointing performance, as we already know who got the, who reaped those benefits. And we'll talk about that in a minute.
You know what stinks? I only started him because he's on Thursday. I do this sometimes where I'm like, there's a guy on Thursday, and I'm like, I want to see it.
Yeah,
I want to see
absolutely.
it. Right? I can't just live with that. If he scores 14 points on my bench, I can't just stare at that the whole time. So realistically, the choice was him versus AD Mitchell.
Philip Rivers on your bench and starting? What's going on here?
I told you. Oh, that's just a typo. That top one, Corby named Philip Rivers. Right?
Yeah, I changed that.
Riley,
Okay,
I was going to
okay,
say, I told you I'm keeping Philip Rivers in stasis until it's time. You're probably going to not see him start until about 12 p.m. on Sunday. It's going to be, I'm going to keep him fresh legs. Yeah, I mean, like I put Darnell Mooney in, and I was just I was watching the second half of that game, and Alex was like falling asleep next to me, and I was just like, that's Darnell Mooney. He was in every play. He ran a route on every play, and nobody cares about Darnell Mooney anymore, apparently. I was like, oh, they didn't target him. Oh, they didn't target him. So, hey, no victim complex. This is just a good base 6 points. You need 6 points sometimes. It's not 3. I was afraid I was only going to get 1 point from him. So, under my projection by a little bit, but my projection's only going to go up when Big Phil starts throwing for, again, I'm going to say 11 points this week.
I smell a bet in the air. So you're gonna take yourself, I'm guessing?
I have to. I have to look. Again, I don't know who the team of destiny is. I think it's Tyler, but I needed to win 5 in a row.
It's not Tyler anymore.
5 in a row.
It's you. You've got the streak. You need.
If Jameson Williams scores like non-zero points this week, it might be me.
He scores non-zero. He's scoring 30, so he's definitely be you. I'm gonna take Eric just because of what we saw last week, and they're not like neither of these teams, the Rams or Seahawks, are playing like great defenses. That's the only thing you got to be afraid. Sam Darnold has had he's cooled off in this back half of this year, which means that JSN cools off a bit, but I'm still gonna take him. Also, he's also the most important thing, Fitzy. He's got the 2 tight end flex rocking out with Theo. I can't pick against that. So go ahead, Fitzy. What do you think?
Just before Corby goes, I need to cut you off, Corby. I am also thinking about putting Devin Nealon in front of Jordan Mason. That's the other switch that is likely to happen. Realistically, Jordan Mason scored double-digit points last week because he scored a touchdown. That's who my RB2 spot is. It's maybe they'll get a touchdown and score 12. That's my ceiling at that position. And I think Devin Neal might give me a better run than Jordan Mason. So before you make your pick, that is in consideration.
Yeah, I'm switching.
No, literally, thank you, because that is actually like a huge deciding point for me. I think that, I look at both these rosters, and I just like Devin Neal. Like, if I look at Devin Neal in the starting lineup instead of Jordan Mason, I feel a lot better about it. Sure, Darnell Mooney scored 6.5 points, but like also Kyle Monangai could also score 6.5 points. Like it could be a tit for tat, It could be. Is Turd Ferguson playing?
Cooled off a little bit, but
he's probably gonna play. But like you said, he's cooled off. You've got the real one, CeeDee Lamb here. Oh, God, this one is gonna be like an absolute nail biter. And I'm sticking with my co-host here. I'm taking Fitzy. I'm in.
Yeah,
let's do it. I like it. Just for the fact that you're gonna start Philip Rivers. How can you pick against somebody?
That's what I mean. As long as we've been in the league, Philip Rivers has been an old quarterback who will get you some passing yards but no rushing yards. For as long as we have played, I can't wait.
Incredible. And let's ask the coin. Coin, welcome back. Who are you picking?
The coin believes in destiny and believes that Eric hedging his Sam Darnold interceptions with the Indianapolis defense is a bad strategy. The coin picks Fitzy.
Okay.
You got to go for ceiling plays in the playoffs. Come on, Eric. With a floor play. What do we got next?
I actually need to just flip a coin to figure out who the coin's lock of the week is real quick. The coin is locking me in.
Oh no.
What do you mean? Oh no, the coin's awesome.
Yeah.
It's lock of the week.
Sometimes. What did it do last week?
Last week it locked in Mike against Adam.
You're gonna win. All right, what do we got next on the docket? I mean, this is a rhetorical question. I know what it is.
We got Kyle fucking Pitts next on the docket.
All right, I'm taking the wheel just for a second first here because I came into this one before Thursday night and I was like, this is gonna be a good matchup. We got a good game going. I think Marcus Mariota is really underprojected. I know it's gonna be like a really cold week, but I know the Giants have a really bad pass defense and the Commanders need a get right game after last week's embarrassing, performance. And I didn't see that Justin Herbert, he must have practiced fully. I didn't know he lost his Q tag, so that's great to see. It doesn't. Then I noticed most of these guys on my team are definitely overprojected. But it doesn't matter. I've got the juju. And then what happens on Thursday night? I open up my app at I work all day, and then this was yesterday. I did something yesterday. I don't know. I didn't get home late. I got home late. I put the kids to bed, and then I take a shower. I eat dinner. I don't open up my app till like 9 o'clock, and Kyle Pitts is fucking. I think he had a touchdown by then. Then I go to bed at 10. He had a second touchdown. And I'm like, oh, this isn't good. He has 30 points. Then I wake up in the morning to see 45 points. I don't understand.
45.
And
Honestly.
I feel like personally, what'd you say, Fitzy?
No, this is my first time seeing 45. I actually missed his third touchdown.
Yeah. So personally, I feel like I've been, maybe the biggest Kyle Pitts hater in the entire league. Justifiably so. I mean, the dude has just been such a disappointment. But Corby has never gotten off the train. Maybe it's wobbled a bit, but all off season, Corby was calling this number, and it finally paid off. So go ahead, Corby.
This is. I just want to be totally clear. This is not over. It doesn't matter. Yes, 45 points is a lot of points. Fucking Colston Loveland could do absolutely nothing. Maybe I won't even start him. I've got Devin Singletary as RB2. He could do absolutely nothing with Tyrone Tracy. Christian Watson playing against Denver, not like one of the best defenses in the league, probably may get shadowed by Patrick Surtain. That could be a zero burger. Coulds and Woods live in a fantasy land, obviously. I need Trevor Lawrence to not be ass. I am not like taking a victory lap here. I love Kyle Pitts, and I'm really happy that he did great. But I need everyone else to recognize the dedication that Kyle has given to me and step up as well. You can see the projections 181 to 143. That feels a little bit insane. Ladd McConkey being only projected for 13 going against Kansas City feels a little bit low.
Sucks.
In my opinion. I mean, I'm still going to pick myself and I'm going to lock myself in. Like, no question about it. Because I have to, because I need the good juju. Colin, you're the king of one and dones in the playoffs, so say goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, so for my pick here, the fantasy gods, right? I talk about this a lot. Who's the team of destiny? So Tyler, I've got a big long streak. Corby has been talking about Kyle Pitts since before we recorded our first episode pre-draft. This has been his guy all year long. And he's having a good year. He's doing all right. He has his most receptions ever, right? But this is something special. This is the fantasy gods smiling down and saying, I anoint thee, Corby, as the team of destiny. I'm sorry to say, Colin, you're on that 2-game losing streak. I didn't even have to see Kyle Pitts go for 45 to say, Corby's my lock of the week. There's some things going against you. There's a lot going for Corby. I agree that from a pure, ones and zeros perspective, I think a lot of Corby's guys are maybe a little bit over projected compared to yours being a little under, but it's not going to matter in the end because Corby's been anointed. This is the start of a 200 burger. It's not projected yet, but Corby's going for 200 something. Colin, it almost doesn't matter what you score at this point because Corby's going to take it to the house.
Yeah, completely agree, and I'm gonna lock myself in because we need the juju. we need something. So
You should. Why would you not? I want to talk very briefly about playoff implications. So let's talk about what happens when who wins. So based on the standings, I have the wrong screen up. So Adam, seed 2, Tyler, seed 1. Lowest seed will play Tyler. Highest seed will play Adam, obviously. So if Eric wins, I believe that he plays Adam. And if I win, I guess I'm sorry, I'm fucking butchering this this shit here. 1 second. Let me pull this up. This makes way more sense. So if we look at the standings, we currently have Eric versus Fitzy. Fitzy wins, he's playing Tyler no matter what. Doesn't matter what happens with us, we're going to play Adam. If Eric wins, he's playing Adam, and the winner of our matchup plays Tyler. So Colin, I'm wondering, who would you rather play in the second round of playoffs? Would you rather play Adam or would you rather play Tyler?
Absolutely, Adam.
Interesting. I keep going back and forth, and I can't decide who I would rather play. Fitzy, who would you rather play?
I'd rather play Tyler.
Yeah.
Wow. Destiny v Destiny. That's all it is. Ones and zeros, Adam's going to win. Fantasy gods, pick a side. So I'd take my coin flip.
I like it. Anyways, I just wanted to bring that to the masses.
Just every year, I'm not sure how it works, but I just double checked our settings, and yes, it's playoff reseeding is set to yes, which essentially means if you're the 6 seed, you're always going to play the 1 seed, right?
So I guess that wraps it up. The coin picked, right? What did we say?
The coin picked Corby.
Damn, dude. It's me against the world, and I'm let's move on. So are we jumping into bets of the week? Do you guys have anything else?
Yeah.
All right. The last week, we made some bets.
So Colin, I'll cover because obviously I organized this week. So we had 4 bets that we talked about last week that are just staying open. Will Justin Fields get one more start? Well, if he was not faking an injury, maybe he'd start this week. I don't actually believe that. We made a bet on who will win the league. Chris Colby said Mike, as in Corby. Colin said Colin. I said me. Colin said Colin. Mike said Chris Colby. So Mike is out, is what I meant to say. And Corby, you picked Tyler. So only one person has lost that one. Will Groundhog Phil see his shadow? That is yet to be resolved. I don't even think we started winter, let alone resolved winter.
Why are we calling him Groundhog Phil? Isn't his name Puck Phil?
And then will Mike Evans get 2.5 touchdowns a year? Over, says Colin. Under, says Mike.
The 0 so far. This is so stupid.
Will all the hosts make the playoffs? Money. Basically, it was
crazy, dude.
1v3 on Chris Colby versus Eric. That's all it really was.
Yeah.
And I won that one. Corby v. Colin straight up. I remember this one being a fun one because Corby said, "Do you want to flip it?" The answer was no, and Corby takes round 1. And then I called this one the Roach Race. It was Isaiah Pacheco versus Darnell Mooney versus Jordan Mason. I know my guys. I know who's going to not score more than 3 points, and it was Jordan Mason last week. God, I am so glad. I think dropping Isaiah Pacheco might be what propels me to the playoffs or, to the championship.
Honestly, one of the greatest feelings in the world is dropping that guy.
Dead weight. I don't care if somebody spends fab to pick him up. Good riddance. Goodbye.
You're leaving a landmine.
And can you beat 396 in Addybird? Colin, you knew it as soon as you said, Fitzy, do you want to play? I beat it. So
tell me your high score. What did you get?
I got to relaunch it here. It starts with a 4. It is 423. I can share my screen.
Oh, that's so funny. Because I was like, oh, I just want to make sure it's actually possible to beat this.
So I need to know your opinion, though. So I need to show you something.
424.
424.
I would like to wait for real.
Yes. I scored 424 the other day, and I was like, okay, so it is possible to beat it. But go ahead. What's your
bet? So I'm playing full screen here. I think Theo is actually the optimal mount. Goodbye, Everett.
I completely agree. That's how I got my high score too.
Okay, so I played around with this, but when I go full screen mode, I want you to see what's on the bottom of the screen. Here's high score. Here's this gray space.
Did you do this?
I didn't. What do you mean?
Like,
Did I do
Did
it?
you do this when you got the high score?
So like this is just how it plays for me when I go full screen.
Yeah, I know. I can see that. Is this how you got high score though?
So this is the mode I was in when I got high score,
Oh, that's
and no dragon spawn in the gray zone. So I think we should. I'm willing to just void the bet. I'd even just pay you for it because it
no.
felt dirty.
We'll just void. I mean, yeah, we'll void it.
This is a bug report. Is what.
We'll void it for what? It's your fault for coding improperly.
It's against the spirit of that.
I'm with Colin on this one. Corby, you're not in
Come
this
on,
bet.
Corby.
You're not in this
Oh
bet.
my god! Yeah, you're right.
I'm in this bet, and I'm calling this Fitzy's bug report of the week.
So I think what happened is when I was trying to make the fire version because it was for Adelaide's fire. That's what it was originally for. I think I uploaded one of the a later XE that was made for that one. And I know, and I, it was like mid development. It wasn't finished yet because I know that the fire has a taller. The aspect ratio is way different on a fire. The screen is taller. You know, it's not 4:3. It's like I don't know. The screen's it's taller, so it has to be. So the screen had to be bigger, and I wasn't finished yet. So I think I did a late. I think I because the one on mine does not do that.
Got it. Yeah. So anyway,
Well, it is my fault, but yeah. Let's just...
Well, no. Like I said, this is clearly I'm telling you I wanted to void the bet.
Right.
This is how I played. It didn't feel right. And there was I don't remember. I know I was trying to avoid the gray zone in general because it just felt wrong after my first couple plays there. I don't remember if I hit that on my high score, but it was there on my high score. So void it. Get it out of here.
Yeah. When I got 424, it was legit. So it is possible.
Legit.
I'm not trying to. Yeah, I'm just saying that it is possible.
Cool. But yeah, Theo's the best mount.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Definitely the best mount. He's got a very tiny hitbox because he's a tiny
100%.
baby boy.
I was finding spots
And he doesn't have a tail or anything.
and I would float down and Theo's head wouldn't hit, but Addy's head would. Like that's how tiny his hitbox is.
Right, yeah. So Theo's elite.
Corby's ready for us to move on from Colin's second game. Would you call that your second game? Do you have any other games?
No, I wouldn't. I would call it like my 20th game. It's just that most of them nobody will ever see them.
All right, we'll do a pod after dark. I need at least one more from you.
Okay, well I'll show you something.
Sweet. All right, Colin, what's next?
New bets.
We are Charlie Kirk.
What is that?
That's We Are Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So it's time for some riverboat gambling or whatever. As we take Philip Rivers out for a spin. See what I did there?
Yeah, you're beating me to it. So we're gonna have a few Philip Rivers bets, I think.
All right, so Rivers week. So let's turn the river here or whatever they say in Texas Hold'em. Let's just keep going with the river puns. All right. As our river will run through it. All right. So we got 2 river burrito bet here. Well, I think that Philip Rivers. So we'll just start with points, right? You said 11, so you just want to do like 11 over under, or what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you're giving me 11, I'll take the over on 11.
Okay, I will definitely take the under.
Corby, you want in?
I have a different Philip Rivers bet that I'm interested in. Currently, Philip Rivers is rostered in 1% of leagues. After this week, after the next waivers run, I would bet that his roster percentage will rise to 30%.
Under.
So you would take the under at 30%?
Yes.
Okay, I'm in. 30 maybe is big, but I believe
if you feel like you want to revise it to like 25 even.
Okay, fine, 25. Thank you. That's nice of you. Did you know if he has 7 rushing yards on Sunday, he will be the second. He will be the oldest. Oh, what is the stat? It's like he'll have the second most rushing yards for a player like over 40 or something like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I think that happens.
I did see that he's coming back, and by coming back, he just needs to throw for like 400, 500 yards to pass Ben Roethlisberger.
Wow.
And also, Matt Stafford is like 300 yards behind him right now. Yeah, I hope we get the river and not the flop, Colin. That's my poker pun for you.
Rolling on the river.
Okay, Philip Rivers. Over under target share percentage to running backs, 40%. Oh, let's go running backs and tight ends 50%. I think it's going to go more than 50% to RBs and tight ends.
Well, so the original one is an easy under, but then
Yeah.
when you do tight ends, you only do 10%. And is Tyler Warren playing? Wasn't he hurt, or is he
I
playing?
believe that he's playing.
So it's hard for me to take the under now, but it's a good line.
I'll give you 51%.
And you would take what?
I would take the over on 51%. 54%.
I'll take the under on 54. Sure.
Okay.
But
54%.
I think I'd rather be the under. I mean the over, but I'll take the under.
Okay.
No, rationally, you're definitely right. But it's just like I'm on your wavelength. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I will bet you. If you want to say, well, I mean, maybe you do. I don't think he finishes the game. I think. Why are you looking at me like that? He's going to take one hit. He has not played football in 5 years. These men are 300 pounds and they're fucking built like brick shit houses.
Philip Rivers once started a playoff game with a torn ACL. This
Oh,
man is finishing the game, dead or alive. He's going to finish.
Was that his last year? How old was he?
This was like
35 probably.
7 or something.
It was
It
2000.
was early on in his career.
Yeah, it was early on in his career. It's 20 years ago. Yeah, no. Philip Rivers is going to die tonight, or not tonight, on Sunday. He'll die on Sunday. That's my bet. Rivers will die.
I did see people commenting Ivan Drago.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah, if he dies, he dies. Yeah.
Yeah, get the Charlie Kirk music queued up again because we
are.
Yeah, that'll be Philip Rivers.
I haven't hopped back into the AI music game since last year's 2 that I made, because it's lame and everything. But I probably would make "We Are Philip Rivers." I probably would hop in and do that.
That's not AI. That's me. That's me singing.
Brandy on the bass.
Dude, I'm just reeling about Philip Rivers right now. Is it just Philip Rivers week? How many over/under touchdowns thrown?
0.5. Let's go with this. Passing versus rushing touchdowns for the Colts.
Oh, what if he pushed? That would be crazy.
Total touchdowns for the Colts?
That was my thinking, but yeah, we'll say passing versus rushing total touchdowns for the Colts. But if Philip Rivers runs it in, that counts as a passing touchdown. That's going to be our little twist.
They will not. They're not going to. Again, he will die. They are not going to do a tush push. They're not going to let him sneak it in. He will die. So there's no way he gets a rushing touchdown. I will take the rushing side for sure. I don't know. I don't think we have we done 2v1s yet. I don't know if Corby wants to get on that one too. Or
God.
if you want it, because I already have like a couple with Fitzy.
I mean, I feel like Jonathan Taylor is going to have like 35 carries this week.
Yeah, that is what will happen.
I think I'm out.
You're out? Okay.
Let me read. Rivers is taking some first team reps, and per Rappaport is throwing the football well.
It's only since we started recording, basically. I looked a couple hours ago, and Philip Rivers was still projected for less than Riley Leonard. The most updated stat is certainly seems like Philip Rivers will start.
Rookie QB Riley Leonard would seemingly have a better chance of rushing his way to QB2 viability, but the Colts apparently prefer Rivers' theoretical pocket passing ability.
Theoretical is such a great line.
Incredible, dude.
So let's say, because they haven't said he's starting, right? So if Riley Leonard starts, should we just void all of these?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's fair.
Unless he comes in.
Is Gino playing or no?
He is not
no.
playing.
So how about I want to take someone else because we got Brady Cook this week. We got Brady Cook cooking it up. Cam Ward, Kenny Pickett.
I would take Brady Cook over Philip Rivers any day.
All right, and then yeah, that's a good pick, I think.
Okay, so I'll take Rivers. Corby, you're taking Brady Cook. Colin, are you in on Pickett?
I want. Yeah. Pickett's playing a good team, isn't he? He's playing Philadelphia. Do they still have a good defense? Yeah, they do, right?
Jalen Carter is out, but everyone else
They have
is
good
in.
corners and everything.
And Kenny Pickett is horrible.
Can I
Don't
pick
forget
Cam
that.
Ward against San
I'll
Fran?
let you take Cam Ward if you want. If you want to take Cam Ward, you can take.
I will
Cam
never
Ward.
say these words again, but I will take Cam Ward.
Cam Ward.
Can I take Cam Ward, please?
I'll have one Cam Ward.
Yeah, I'll never again. I'll try anything once. This is my one time betting on Cam Ward. So
I'd rather bet on Corey Ward.
Nice. Shots out. Great.
All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Philip Rivers centric bets.
I think I know what the thumbnail is going to be this week.
I was going to say, forget the stream. We got the full river. That's good.
Passing yards, like 125 over under. If he plays. Over.
I mean, if you think he's going to get 11 points, then you got to think he gets more than 120.
Yeah, I would say I would be bullish and take under at 125.
Bullish?
Yeah, I'm bullish. I'm in. But you typed in bullish.
I was going to say, I wanted to type Corby bullish on the under.
Apparently, I don't know what bullish means.
It's easy to confuse the two, honestly.
I'm looking at my team. You guys want to make another roach race bet?
God.
We're going to put Jordan Mason, AD Mitchell, and Ramondre Stevenson in the pot. Which one of those three are you going to vote for?
Give me the stack on. I would like 80 Mitchell if that's okay.
Okay.
I got Brady Cook in one bet. I'll take 80 in the next one.
I would probably take Mondre.
And I think that gives me
The reigning champion, Jordan Mason.
go Roaches go.
Wait, can I take Philip Rivers in this bet?
No. I want to take Philip Rivers in this bet. The final bet I'll offer you. I also have Kenny Pickett on my team. Will I regret starting Philip Rivers over Kenny Pickett?
No.
All right, I agree.
There's no way.
Even if he has fewer points, I won't regret it. That was going to be my
Of course
choice.
not.
Is
No way.
even if Kenny Pickett scores 30 and Philip Rivers scores 2, I'd never regret it.
Who else gets to say that they started Philip Rivers when he came out of retirement 4 years after he
In
retired?
the playoffs.
In the playoffs. It's incredible. Like, it's so awesome.
So I wanted to make a bet. I didn't realize this. I think you guys are right about rather playing Tyler. Although I forget what your rationale was. It was about he played Drake London this week in his starting lineup. He's on his bye. To me, that's a bad juju move. I want to bet on whether you think Tyler, who's right now projected for 152, will outscore Adam on his bye, who's right now projected for 160.
No.
And again, that is with Drake London scoring 0. Which side would you guys take?
I mean Adam.
I mean, probably Adam, yeah.
How about just me and Corby? Because right now Fitzy's. Is that okay with you, Corby or Fitzy? If I just take Corby, I don't want to do if you want.
I got a lot
I'll
of
take
bet.
Tyler, but I'll take Tyler.
You'll take Tyler. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take Tyler. I still believe in him, even after this bonehead move.
If you will remember that.
Can't do that 2v1. I'm just trying to make bets. Speaking of which, 2 weeks ago, I forget who I played, but I was really disappointed in Mr. DK. And then he comes back last week and scores 14 points again. My beloved boy, my little boy.
Which one?
DK Kamir. The
Actually, David Metcalf. Yeah.
the what? What's it again? What's the Chimera? He's the Chimera.
The Chimera.
The Chimera. Mr. Chimera himself, DK. Some may call him Dyke, but I call him DK.
Some may. Yeah.
Saying it. All right. who are like some shitty? I don't know if you guys want to just take a points or you guys want to pick a shitty player on your team or not a shitty player because he's awesome. But I
I'll
want to
take
get
Jamar
some.
Chase.
Huh?
I'll take Jamar Chase against TK.
I don't know how you, Colin, you probably wouldn't take him against Travis Etienne.
Travis Etienne, who no, not after Bayshall 2 unless a fumble because he's it's gonna be a lot of Etienne.
Here's the ultimate coin flip: him versus Jamison Williams.
That's great. That's perfect. That's a great
Right,
one.
what about Wandale?
Yeah. How about Watson? Or do you not do
Okay,
that?
I'll take Watson. Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So let's do that. Even though he just scored like 30 points on me last week,
That's all right.
it is all right. This is a Romeo Dobbs week.
Wandale is the goat, though. You're
Yeah,
scared of
can't go.
Wandale.
I am
More
100% scared of Wandale.
That's awesome.
As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run.
So if that's all the bets, you guys are you guys all betted out?
I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again. I don't know if it's going to be for my bosses here at Fox. I deeply regret my words, Colin.
All right. Right on. Well, if that is all of the bets we got, then that means that we can wrap up this episode. This rare 1 week recap. But we had to get it for the playoffs. We'll see what happens next week. This might be the last episode before the holidays. I don't know if we're doing one next week. I don't know if we said what's up, but we'll see. So if that is the case, then happy holidays, everybody. I want to say happy holidays. We got to keep it PC around here. So, happy holidays. Sorry, Philip Rivers. And I want to say press the like button, the big thumb there. Comment, subscribe. Let's get up to 21 this week. We still haven't had a second guest. Maybe we'll do that for the holiday one. Maybe we'll have because it'll be it'll be about to be the championship game, right? So we thinking
Whoever puts the most comments in this week can be our next guest.
Is Mike included? Is he gonna go back?
Anyone who puts in the most comments.
All right. I'm gonna do it.
Award.
It'll be
Yeah.
me. All right. So Corby, do you want to plug anything? We got to do our plugs.
Shouts out to Kyle Pitts.
Right.
I don't know if you guys heard. He's really good at football,
Right,
and
sure.
I am redeemed.
And I got a quick one too, Colin. On behalf of Philip Rivers, I'd like to say put the Christ back in Christmas and put the back in Hanukkah. That's all.
I'm Colin.
Yeah. I'm Fitzy.
And I am your tribal chief and reigning champion, Corby.
Gamers, game
Was
on.
high. He lived for Sundays, unafraid to die. We are Philip Rivers. We can't.